Hello, hello, hello. It is about that time to discuss the Mondayest of Mondays here on Momosa Monday. Let us see if anybody's here. I'm trying to go in and get my comments. I'm not seeing anybody yet. Are you with me? Are you here? Are you here? Where are the comments? Wait. Swipe to the left. Swipe to the right. Where are my viewers? So I can chit chat all night. Oh man. Bad rhymes, a glass of wine, and a Monday. Yay! And here we go. So we are here. Aunt Pat is here and Kara's here. Let me find those questions, those topics. Okay. And here we go. I see people are coming in. I cannot see comments yet. I am hoping that that changes in a second. Super weird. It's super weird. I'm not sure what's going on. I'll just go into it on the old iPad here. FB has been having some. Oh, good on you, BM. Okay, I do. There is Vicky and Natasha and Christina and Courtney and Alexis and Danny and Amy. I see everybody. Okay, so I'll just have to use this because it's not cooperating. Hello, Rhonda and Paige and Amy and Christina and Tiffany. Laundry night. Oh. Laundry day, arid day, is what I say. I have a load that is getting ready to get started now. I do, Nicole. I don't know what the deal is with the comments. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I can see people entering. I see no comments on the phone. I've got the iPad. I've got 3 devices going at the moment. And I'm looking at Pat, the welcoming committee. She's saying hello to everyone. I absolutely love it. This is awesome. Good evening. Good evening. Oh no, Christina. And I know we do have a lot of people that had first day of school. So some of you are very excited because you got that first day under your belt. Others, it was already a struggle, which I feel ya. But yeah, so, Rotten Monday, Lisa says. Rotten Monday. Yeah, it is as Mondayest of Mondays. So yes, I did. Don't worry. The BM has been, the BM is always compensated for his time and energy and efforts here at That's Inappropriate. Yay! Okay. Oh no, Kayla's got screaming babies and she's pregnant and she can't join us for a drink. Well, I'll have one for you. Okay, so first things first. First things first. I sat all weekend on this, so I'm going to chat about it for a minute, and I'm going to share my thoughts, and then we'll get into some Monday topics. But what happened in Charlottesville, Virginia over the weekend is not something that cannot be discussed. I stay away from politics here on the page. I keep this an entertainment zone. We keep it light. We talk about all of our struggles. But what happened in Virginia is a struggle that is something that we all deal with. Politics aside, what happened this weekend was terrorism. It was hate. It's racism and bigotry, and it's evil, and it came in the form of protesters and counter-protesters for white nationalists. And as a parent, I am choosing to touch on this. Because I have 3 kids, and I don't think I ever viewed things that happened in our world, because our world has been a scary place for a very long time. I don't want to sit here and argue over how much worse it's gotten, because it's been pretty rotten for a good long stretch, okay? But the point of this is, I didn't think about these things prior to having kids as much, because I was concerned with only things that affected myself. I wasn't concerned with what was going to happen after the fact, right? Like, we're raising kids now. We have kids. And we have to worry about those kids, and we have to worry about the world that those kids grow up in. And this is scary for a lot of reasons. And I've probably read almost every article out there on what happened, and from every different news source that I could find that I've been getting my hands on to read. The scary part for me is that the majority of these white supremacist nationalists who were protesting were young white men. And to me, that sends a message that this group and this ideology has set the reset button, and they have been rebooted, and they are revamping, and they are starting anew. And it is very scary for someone who is married to an individual who is not white, who has children with that individual who are not white, and who has to discuss what that means. I have to have this conversation with my kids, and we do talk about diversity, and we do talk about the fact that we believe in a person's character, and in a person's thoughts, and in a person's heart, and in a person's ideas. And that is how we make friends and choose who we spend time with. And it is scary to me to see how young this group of nationalists who had their tiki torches and were out protesting, and the counter-protesters and the situation at hand. This is terrorism. This is domestic terrorism is exactly what this is. And it is to scare individuals and to try and silence those who have an opinion and who want to push for diversity and for love. Hate breeds hate. So I will choose to not spread hate. I will choose to spread as much love as I possibly can, and I will teach my children to the best of my abilities about diversity, and I will discuss that with anybody who wants to have that conversation. But as a parent, as a mother of 3, it scares the crap out of me. So I pray for everyone involved in this situation, and I pray for the family of the woman who died, and I pray for the counter-protesters, and I pray for the white supremacists and these young nationalists, white nationalists, who think that they want to see some Nazi regime come forth here in America and take over, because their hearts are filled with hate and evil and anger, and that scares me as a mom. So, be a part, as Christina's saying, is be a part of the solution. So I really steer clear of politics on the page, because I believe that we are the light corner of the interweb where we can talk about the journey of parenting and have some laughs and get together and have a good time. But when things like this come up and happen, you have to pause for a minute and you have to have a conversation about it. So that is really my thoughts on that. So, prayers, and I really do hope that as a nation we can find some solutions for this, because this is domestic terrorism, and at no point should this be stood for here in our country. At all, anywhere for that matter, but the United States, which is to be a beacon of hope for immigrants. So that's my stance on that. Yeah, and I think, Kelsey, I think that's the issue, is that we as parents, we worry about that because these are our kids, and this is we worry about the world they're going to grow up in. Yeah. So, it is Mimosa Monday, and so we always get together on Monday, and we do topics and questions, and so I have some in here. We had lots of nice questions in here. A lot of them were pertaining to back to school, because that's what everybody is getting ready to do now. And I know even though our Northerners still don't go back until around Labor Day, we do have a lot of families going back to school. One question was, are you happy or sad that your kids are back at school? And of course the BM is laughing. I think that first year when you send your kids off to kindergarten, I think you really do have a tough time with that. But if you are ready and you are happy that school has started, let's get a thumbs up because you're excited and the school year is going. This was the first week that I started putting things back into the calendar. Behavioral therapy, back on the routine with that. Gymnastics, back on the routine with that. Soccer, piano lessons. Look at all of the thumbs up. Okay, so overwhelmingly, I think we're getting a yay for school vibe, which is exactly what it is. Faith says, 1 out, 1 to go. I'm exuberant. Look at that SAT, but I'm exuberant. So we are excited. Okay. Samantha must be a Northerner. She says, come on, September 6th, here we go. So I can tell that obviously, and of course, those of you that are sad, if you're in the boat of you're sad that summer is ending, don't worry. Pumpkin spice season, I mean fall is coming up soon enough. Although it still feels like we're walking on the crust of the sun here in Florida, and I would assume in other parts of the United States it is still ridiculously hot. I have already seen through my feed on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram pumpkin spice crap being thrown at me left and right. I think I saw a box of pumpkin spice Cheerios. I don't know if it was a joke or if it's a legit thing, but good Lord, it's the second week of August. Are we really already making pumpkin spice lattes? Is that a thing? Are we doing that? Andrea says, I love school, but PTO president duties and planning are a lot. Oh, PTO president. Andrea, my hat is off to you. I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to tell you what I did today, and it's just because I'm being honest, okay? It's just because I'm being honest. I got an email today. I somehow got on the list for the PTO. I don't know. They must take school forms, but I got on the list. I got on the list for the PTO to send out invites for help. And I saw it, and I looked at it, and I deleted it. I was like, no, I can't help this week. I can't help with this. And I felt guilty and ashamed. And at the same time, I was like, it was a day that I had something else going on, and I couldn't help. And I was like, I'm going to be better. And the next time they send one, I'm going to help.
No, you're not.
I don't know if I am. I'm really bad at this.
I need to hijack your show.
You're going to hijack my show?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Your video yesterday.
Oh, get out of here. You're not welcome to hijack the show. We have things to do.
Really? I try to show you.
You better come up here next to the speaker so people can hear you. Can you hear the BM? Because he's apparently taking over the show.
I don't need to I need to address my position on the video yesterday.
Okay.
I was not looking for praise. I was proving a point. Because I've come home before and gone into the room and you say, oh, did you not notice that I cleaned the house? Because I didn't say anything. So I was showing you how easy it was to walk right through 2 rooms that I cleaned and not notice. It was an example. By the way, I cleared all of the furniture out of the rooms, cleaned them, and then moved it back in.
I don't know. I don't believe that to be true because I clean every single day and I can guarantee you that I do not take you by the hand and walk you through this home to show you the things that I am doing or I have cleaned. You took me by the hand and said, look.
I didn't take you by the hand.
Yes,
I just like holding your hand.
No, you don't. We don't ever hold hands. That's not something.
Because you won't hold mine.
No, that is not something that we do. That is not true. We are not hand holders, as a rule of thumb.
You're not.
No, and we're not cuddlers either.
You're not. Or a hugger. Or a kisser.
Who needs to kiss? all about? This is just germy. Get out of here.
I was just showing you that it's easy to walk through and just go right by.
Oh, man. Okay, Jessica says, poor BM, just proving his point. He's making his point. He called me out, Alyssa. He called me out. You're correct. Yes. April says, whatever, BM. My husband asks for praise every time he does one single tiny little thing. Yeah. I need another one. BM. Oh, Elizabeth says, pour yourself a mimosa, BM. You've earned it.
Hey, it was hard work. When you do it, no, I was exhausted. I'm saying that because you do the whole house. I just did 2 rooms and I was tired.
I did come in and he was sweating and he was like, look what I did. Look what I did. Look what I did. And I was like, why are you out of breath? And he's like, I had to vacuum and mop and move things and pick things up. And I was like, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I know. I do it all day, every day. I do it.
Yes. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I snorted like 3 times in the middle of that because that's so... Okay. Ocean says it's a man thing. Yeah, it's a man thing. All right. Yeah. So any hoozle. Do you have anything else to add for the good of the order?
No, although now I'm finding out that the whole week I cooked, no one liked any of my meals. Because I asked to do it again and you said no. Okay.
I didn't say you couldn't cook. I didn't say that at all. I'm done helping. What do you mean you're done helping?
I tried. You don't like it.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I just said I didn't want cowboy chicken this week. That's all I said. That was it. That was all I said.
Okay.
Don't get your feelings bent out of joint. Oh my goodness. Oh, and Jennifer, that was the best part. I don't think I added this in when we talked about it or in the video. I got home, mind you, I had all of the kids with me. So he cleaned the house with no children in it in peace and quiet. So he did all of that and nobody was here. So he had nothing else to do outside of clean that area. I had the kids and when I came home, he was still exhausted from it. We do this all the time with kids running around.
Wait. Hold on a minute. And then you went to the gym, and I had all 3 kids, and what were we doing? We were working outside, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I had all 3 of them out there working. Yeah. Okay, and I took care of them all. I worked for 3 hours in the hot sun.
I did go to the gym. I absolutely did, because you know my routine. That's right. And you did stay outside, and they were weeding I can't even call the beds. They were weeding the beds around the outside of the house.
We're picking rocks.
We're picking rocks because all we have are weeds and rocks because we're not plant people. But yes. So yes. Faith says you get brownie points in a relationship. You get the brownie points. You're the winner there. Amy wants to know, but is his suitcase unpacked? Should we go in and show everybody?
There's nothing to show.
What do you mean there's nothing to show?
I will unpack it when the pants fit.
Okay.
They're being punished.
Okay, no. I'm being punished because I kicked your suitcase again for the 3rd time and hurt my toe.
What are you doing on my side of the bed?
Getting your sneakers is what I was doing that you asked for, and I smacked my foot on your stupid suitcase that remains unpacked sitting on the floor. Wow. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
I would have unpacked it tonight, but I spent an hour looking for the SD card that you had on your computer.
That you lost.
I didn't lose it.
I'm not getting into this here right now, okay? I am not taking the blame for this. This has gone sideways quickly. You did. You hijacked the whole show. Okay. Beth says, just say thanks, babe, and move on because he's not going to let this go. No, he hasn't unpacked. June 20-something. What month are we? August 14th. It was June 25th. Where are you going? To unpack your suitcase?
I have work to do.
Yeah. I can guarantee you he's not going to unpack his suitcase. I can guarantee you that. Yeah. Yes, he's punishing his pants because they don't fit. That's why he said he can't unpack his suitcase. Because his pants don't fit, so they're being punished in his suitcase. This is the logic that I have to deal with. But I'm the crazy one. strong on it. I'm not moving that suitcase. Okay, so let's get into a question. Gwen says, does anybody else have children that share a room? 2 boys, 3 and 5, and bedtime is killing me. We spend 30 minutes to an hour trying to get them to sleep. My boys share a room as well, but they go to bed at different bedtimes, so that is not an issue for us because it is the oldest and the youngest. So I have an 11 and a 6-year-old in the same room. You're not 12 yet. No, you're 11. Your birthday has not happened, so nice try. So I don't have that issue. I have the fighting because so-and-so left something out, or so-and-so touched something, or so-and-so put their stuff on my bed, or, you know, yada, yada, yada. So that is an issue that we have with sharing, but there are only so many rooms in the house, so somebody's going to have to share, and we just chose not to have our daughter share because we had the 2 boys. So they are the ones that have to share. Anne says, yes, I have 2 girls. They take 2 hours to go to sleep. Bedtime is a nightmare. Where are my kids? It's so quiet here. Well, I have 1 playing Minecraft right in front of me, and the other 2 are in bed. Jen says her 2, 8 and 3. Well, they must have a different bedtime, though. Yes, Paige, I'm going to answer that question when we come to, because we're going to do a special segment on puberty. So I'm going to touch on your question when we have that forum that is specifically for that. Alexa says, my brother and I shared a room until I was 12, and we went to bed at the same time. We would talk and we would get annoyed, but we made it work. Okay. My girls share a room. The youngest goes to bed at 8. The oldest goes to bed at 9:30. Okay, so I think if you have separate bedtimes, it's probably not as bad. But if you have them going to bed at the same time, that's got to be tough. That would probably drive me insane. Let's see. Yeah, Sarah's in the comments just saying, best Monday ever, school started. I love it. Alexis is enjoying the last week of summer vacation. Jenny wants to know my weekly workout routine. Well, I do not like to work out. We have talked about this time and again here on the page. I go to the gym probably 5 or 6 days a week, but I only do 30 minutes of cardio. I use one of the different machines, an elliptical or the treadmill or the one gazelle looking thing that goes back and forth. And then I do 3 days a week I do abs, and the other 3 days a week I do this circuit. There's a Biggest Loser circuit in my gym, and you go from machine to stair stepper to machine to stair stepper, and I do that, and I do an hour a day, and I go 5 to 6 days a week, and I do that because that's my sanity break, and I do it when the kids are at school because I am lucky. This is the 2nd year that all of my kids are in school. So I do it when they're in school, and then I do sneak off and I go. The only day I pretty much don't go are Saturdays because that's usually family stuff and all of that. But I go Sunday after church, and then I go Monday through Friday in the morning, and I don't like to do it, and I don't want to do it, but for health's sake, I go. And because I eat ice cream and drink wine, I go. Yes, and coffee and all of the other things that probably, chocolate, cookies, trail mix, things that you shouldn't be eating. David says, I do squats. The gazelle looking thing. You know what I'm talking about, where you're going like this and you're just sweating and you look so unattractive while you're doing it. And it's like... That's what I look like when I'm at the gym, and I hate it. And I just hate it. Hey, Jebba. Hey, Taylor. Hey, Denise. Yes, Denise knows. She says, you must go to Planet Fitness. That's my routine. Bingo. And I have nothing against Planet Fitness. It's a very nice facility. I just don't want to go to the gym. Why? Because I don't really like to work out. But I have to. Because I drink a lot, and I eat a lot of food, and I like ice cream, and I like chocolate. All right, what else do we got in here? Let's see. These are Oh, Jenna's in the middle of the good night routine that stinks. How do I get my almost 5-year-old, to sleep in his own room? He's constantly coming in and out and getting into bed no matter what we do. You got to walk him back. Okay? That is the problem with that, because once they crawl in and you all fall back asleep, you're done for. So you got to get up, you got to walk that kid back. Back to your room. No. Because I tell you what, at least once a week, I still have somebody else in my bed outside of the business manager, and that's not in like a, hey kind of way. That's in a get out of my bed kid kind of way, okay? But yeah, so I have to still kick kids out, and I have 11, 8, and 6-year-olds, and I got peed on. I got peed on Saturday night, so I woke up Sunday morning to, my oversized house dress nightgown that I love was all wet because my 6-year-old had urinated on me. And so I was pulling up Broly sheets and mattress pads and sheets and comforters and washing them because I got peed on by a 6-year-old who had a bad dream. So I should have just walked him back in his bed. But why are you kidnapping the dog? Okay, we got somebody kidnapping a dog. Okay. So yeah, so there we go. So walk, back to bed. You got to stay on that routine. Okay. Megan says, what am I going to do with all this free time once my son starts kindergarten? Just kidding. Oh, that was a joke, Megan. What am I going to do with all this free time? Well, you'll probably still clean and cook and do laundry and all of those other things, but you might find some time to squeeze in something like going to the gym or finding a sanity break. I hope you do. I really do. Oh, that's a good idea. Michelle says, put a chair in your kids' room so that when they do get up and out of bed, you can go back into their room and sit with them for a minute as you're putting them back to bed so they're not sitting in your room. That's a good idea. Yeah, parents, lock your doors. Well, I'm a nervous wreck about locking doors. I don't lock doors because I worry about my youngest. So I'm not big on locking doors, but if you can lock doors, I think you should if you can. I don't do that with my 6-year-old, but that's because he's autistic and we have some other special needs. Touching on that, and this is how we'll probably finish this up. I'll tell you a quick story because I'm probably going to end up doing a video about this. But I bumped into somebody last week, and they were asking me a question about my youngest, and they said something, and I was talking to them, and I said, well, he's got some different needs. He's autistic. And their reply to me was, oh, lots of kids are autistic these days, huh? Huh? She's like, it seems they're all autistic. Lots of kids are autistic these days, huh? It seems like they're all autistic. And I said, well, autism is it's a broad spectrum, and so autism can mean different things. It could be a processing disorder. It could be a verbal delay, or a physical delay. It could be a learning delay. It could be a bunch of different things, and it's kind of a blanket statement that we use on the spectrum for different learning disabilities, if you will. Okay, and so she's looking at me, and I think she saw the way I kind of looked at her, and of course I kept my cool, but I said, yeah, my son has some different needs, and we don't call them special needs because all my kids are special, but there are some different needs. But I think it's important that you understand. I don't think that we have tons and tons more kids who are autistic these days. I think we have the ability to process and label it now and call it something, whereas 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 50 years ago, we weren't doing that. We didn't really know what to call it, but you knew something was different or about that child. So I said, my son's got has some brain damage. He had a birth injury, and so we've worked through some different things, but lots of kids have different needs, so we just address those needs as we see fit. And she was just like, well, yeah, right. Marcy Joe is saying autism wasn't even a word when my kids were young, but I'm sure it was there. Well, we've labeled it. It's just different. It's different needs for different things. So I found it very interesting to have that conversation and kind of be in the throes of that. But I think maybe we will have a discussion about that for parents with kids that have different needs. Because if you've been around my page, you know that I don't call them special needs because I think all of our children are special. We all think all of our kids are special, but all of our kids have different needs. And I am excited to see the new show that Netflix has, an original series that is coming out that specifically talks about a family that has a child with high-functioning autism. So I do want to watch that show and check it out. Huh? Atypical. Yeah, I want to check that out, and I'm going to let you guys know what I think. On a whole different note, I completely binge-watched the Netflix original series Ozark. And let me tell you, I fell in love. I'm so sad I've been binge watched through and it's done. Jason Bateman is a genius. He also directs the show and I love it. I fell in love. I couldn't wait to watch the next episode. I wanted more and more and more and more and more, and it's fantastic. And if you've not seen it or not heard of it, you need to go and you need to have it on your list to binge because it was fantastic. Now, I have loved Jason Bateman for a long time, for a lot of different things, a lot of his movies, but I'm telling you, he is genius in Ozark. He is legit genius. You need to put that on your list, okay? So the next show that I'm going to tackle is Atypical, so I will get to that. But yes, so please check out Ozark because it is fantastic. Fantastical. And I am a person, I will be honest, and you guys know this, I've never seen one single episode of Game of Thrones, so I have no idea what you guys are talking about at all when you guys go off about those things, and when I see it all over the interweb and everybody is talking about Game of Thrones, GOT. I don't even know what the acronyms are, the GOT, I'm assuming it's Game of Thrones, GOT, but it's big G, little O, big T. I don't know what's going on with that. I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on there. I've never gotten into it. I've never seen an episode. I don't know what I'm missing because I've never seen it. But I do know that Ozarks is amazing. You need to watch it. Okay. It's about drug trafficking and money laundering, but it is, but it isn't, because it's about this family that's going through it, and it's genius. It's damn genius. And the only other show that I got this excited about watching was Netflix's other original series, House of Cards, which I love. And I've already binged through that. That's a problem. Okay. All right. Well, you guys have an absolutely fantastic evening. I will... Huh? What? Oh, I will see you guys all Wednesday night at 9 p.m. for Wednesday. And we will get together and have some chitty-chatty, pity-patty. And you guys just have a great rest of your Monday. And have a fantastical taco-tastic Tuesday. Have a taco-tastic Tuesday. And we'll see you all for Wednesday. So you guys have a very good night. Bye, guys.